Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at YOLO. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hi everybody. So how is everybody doing today? I hope everybody is doing great, right? Yeah. So I hope everybody paid attention to the procedures for submission that we played. Okay, if you have missed it, don't worry. We will be playing it again at the end of the video so you can have a look at that time also. All right. Okay. So what are we going to learn in today's class? In today's class, we are going to paint a nature scenery using coffee. Okay, and you will learn a lot of new techniques when you're working with coffee. Okay, everybody excited? All right. Okay, everyone. So we'll just brush up on what are the materials that we will need in order to make our coffee painting. All right. Just have a look, everyone, and just be sure that you have arranged for all of the materials. Okay. Is everybody able to see my screen? All right. Okay, we'll go ahead with the materials. So you can see, like for every class, like I say, you should have a board or some sort of cardboard at the back so that you don't dirty the place where you're painting. So along with that, you will need the paper on which you are painting, obviously. Okay, and what else will you need along with that? Your paper, of course, coffee, because we are painting with coffee. Okay, you will need your brushes, paint brushes, and you will need 2 containers in which you will mix your coffee, and a cup of warm water. Remember, the water should be warm, and your pencil and eraser. All right, so these are the things that you will need for today's class. Just have a look, everyone, and quickly arrange for it. We will get started with the class. All right, quickly arrange for all of the materials, everybody. Okay, shall we move on with the class? All right. Okay, so first let us mix up. Let us first create the solution, the coffee solution. So here you can see I have the 2 containers. So in one container, I will pour more amount of coffee, and in the other container, I will pour less amount of coffee. All right. And so just the opposite with water, where I have poured more amount of coffee, I will put very less water, and where I have poured less amounts of coffee, I will put more water. Just like for all of the other classes, by now everybody should have gotten the hang, right? Yes. So just see, I poured just a little water in the left hand side one, and I poured so much water in the right hand side one. All right. And then just take a brush and just let the coffee dissolve in the water. You can see how the coffee is dissolving because your water is warm. If you're using cold water, then this won't happen. It will be in clumps. All right. And no need to mix the other one, the one where you've poured less amount of water. No need to mix that. All right. Everybody just prepare the solutions and keep it. Just prepare the solution beforehand and keep it, everyone. All right. So remember, where you've poured less coffee, you have to pour more water. Where you've poured more coffee, you have to pour less water. And just try to mix it up using a brush. Remember, the water that you pour should be warm. Otherwise, the coffee will not dissolve into it. Okay. We will proceed on to the drawing portion now. So everybody just take out your paper and the pencil that you're going to use to make your drawing. Okay, everybody ready? Shall we move on to the drawing? Is everyone ready? All right, so the drawing is a very, very simple one. It's a mountain scenery. All right, just see how you will draw it. So first we will draw a mountain range like this. See how I'm drawing the mountain range. A mountain range means a chain of mountains. Okay, so just see how I'm drawing the mountain range. This is the first mountain range. Everybody just copy this. Everybody just draw a mountain range like this. All right. It's a very, very simple mountain range. All right. Should be very easy. Just roughly drawn mountain ranges. Don't make them triangular. Try to keep it natural so that it will look natural. It shouldn't be all triangular peaks like this. Make it rough and freehand. All right. Now the second mountain range. Just a similar one on top of it. So here I have one more mountain range. Okay. Draw the second mountain range, everyone, before we move on. You should have two nice, properly drawn mountain ranges. And see, they are drawn freehand. Don't draw them with a ruler or don't draw them exactly straight. Otherwise, it will look like a child painting. You want it to look as natural as possible. All right. So draw it with freehand. Yes. Okay, everybody finished drawing the second mountain range? All right, now we will draw the land portion. So just see, very simple land portion we will draw, starting from here. See, this is one portion and a second portion like this. This is the land portion. All right. So this concludes your drawing. Everybody quickly draw the land portion so that we are done with the drawing and we can move on to the painting part. Quickly complete the drawing, everybody. Okay, we will just wait for everybody to catch up. Those of you who have finished this, get ready with your mixed coffee containers, the two coffee containers that in which you had originally mixed the coffee, and get ready with your paintbrush and the cup of warm water. All right, get ready with all of this stuff while we wait for others to just complete the land portion drawing. Okay, so now we will move on to the painting portion. Everybody ready? All right. So just see. Everybody just get ready with the containers. So I have just taken the light container. See the container that I have taken. I have taken the light container. Light container means where there is more amount of water. Take that container. Take the container where there is more amount of water and less amount of coffee. This is important. Everyone pay attention. Which container do we have to use first? We will use the container where there is less amount of coffee, more amount of water. Okay, got it, everybody? All right, just take out that container. Take out a nice thick brush. See here, I have a nice thick brush. Dip it in that container and start coloring like this from the top of the mountain. From the top of the mountain range, start coloring. Just at the top of the mountain range. Use the light container, the container where there is more of water and less of coffee. Use that. Okay, just the tops of the mountains, that's all. The tops of the mountains and some portion below, that's all. You can leave some white spaces like this if you want, all right? You can just leave some white spaces like this if you want. Just drag that color downwards. Get it done till this point. Okay, see, I have not covered the entire mountain with the coffee color. I have just painted half of it. I started with the top and then I dragged the color downwards. You can see I have left some white spaces also. Those white spaces, they will make it look like a real mountain because a real mountain is never smooth. It has some curves, some rocky surfaces. So those white spaces will make it look natural. And see, I have not completely covered the mountain with the coffee color. I have covered it to half portion. We will be painting the other half with water only. Okay, so get it done till here. Just complete it till this portion. Okay, we'll just give it 30 seconds more. Let everybody catch up. Remember to color only till half of the mountains. Don't completely cover all of the mountains. Start from the top, work your way downwards, and just cover half of the mountains with the coffee color. Okay, we'll move on now. So next, see, I'm just using the water. I'm not using coffee anymore. I'm just using the warm water, and now I'm dragging that downwards. I'm dragging that color downwards. I'm not using coffee for this area. I'm just dipping my brush in that water and I'm dragging this color downwards. See how nicely it's fading? Just drag it downwards. See how I'm dragging it with the brush? Just drag that coffee color downwards and use the water for the lower portion. If you feel that it is getting too faint, you can use a bit of coffee at some parts also. All right, just see how I'm making it. Once you have achieved the fading, at some points you can use the coffee color to make it look nice and varied. Like its structure should be nice and rocky. So see, this is how your mountain range is painted. The same technique we will apply to the mountain range at the top also. Everybody just get done with this. So what did we do? We had just painted half of the mountains with the coffee color. So next we dipped our brush only in water and then we faded it. We dragged the color from the top and we completely covered all the mountains. Then again we took some coffee and at 1 or 2 points we just applied some coffee so that it looks like a rugged structure, a rocky structure. Okay, everybody just get done with this. Everybody get this completed. The top mountain range also, we will just have the same procedure for that. All right. All right. Now we will move on to the top mountain range. So just see everybody. So same technique like we did for the lower mountain range. I will just repeat it. Anybody who missed it during the first step can also see this. It's being repeated. So like the previous one, we will first start with the top of the mountain ranges and we will work our way downwards. But we will not cover the entire mountain, right? We will only cover some portion of it and then we will use water. So just see again, I'm covering the top part of the mountain. I will work my way downwards a bit, like almost half of the mountains I will cover with coffee. Okay, again I'm leaving some white spaces, you can see. That just makes it look more natural. All right. And now, like the previous one, we will just use water to fade it off. So see, now just water. That's all. Just use water to fade up the portion. Very simple, right? Just the same steps that we did for the previous mountain range. Everybody just get the mountains completed. This completes the mountains. Just get the mountains completed, everybody. Just complete this mountain range, everyone. Next, we will move on to this land area. The land area that is there at the bottom of the paper. We will move on to that. Okay. I'll just give it 30 seconds more. Everybody complete the mountain at the top. Same process as that of the first mountain range. First, cover half of the mountain with coffee, starting from the top. Then use water and just fade it away. The bottom portion is just faded away. Okay. We will move on to the land portion now. So just see. Everybody ready? So same container, that same light container only we will use for the land portion. So just completely color this portion using this coffee. Completely color it. Okay, like this. Completely cover it up. Cover up the land portion completely. This is the same container. This is the same light container that we've been using for the mountains. Same container. Just cover up the land surface like this. Just cover up. No shading, no nothing fading with water. Just simple take the coffee and cover up this portion. Okay. And then we will be using the darker coffee container here. So here we have the dark coffee container. Take it out, everybody. But first, complete the land. Complete the land portion. Complete the land portion with just the light coffee container's color. No shading, no mixing with water. Just apply the color all over the land. Okay. And then get ready with your dark coffee container. The other coffee container where there is more of coffee and very little water. Quickly get it done, everyone. So when you complete, the land portion should be looking like this. Okay, just simply apply the color, that's all. Okay. So once you're done painting it with the light coffee, just dip that same thick brush into the other container. The other container which is having more of coffee and very little water. Just dip it in that container like this. Okay. And just apply it to the top portion. See, just apply it to the top portion of the land like this. Apply it to the top portion of the land like this. Same thing for the other side also. Just apply it to the top portion of the land. That's all. And then just drag the color downwards. Just drag it downwards. So this is how your land should be looking like. All right. This is how the land portion should be looking like after you have applied the dark color, the dark coffee color. So everybody just apply the dark coffee color to the top portions. All right. Everybody done with the land portion? Now we will move on to our pine trees. Okay. Everybody just get ready with a thin brush. Everybody get ready with a thin, nice pointed brush. Okay, we will be making some pine trees now. Just see everyone how we will make the pine trees. Okay, so here I have a thin brush. Just dip it in that other container, the dark container, where there is more coffee, less water. And then just draw lines like this. Draw straight lines like this. Just draw straight lines like this. Okay. Once you've drawn all the lines, just draw the trees on them. By now, everybody should have been an expert in drawing pine trees, right? We have drawn them together in so many paintings. So just see, just using that coffee, just draw a few dots like this and they will start looking like pine trees. Good. I know most of you are experts now in drawing pine trees, right? You have drawn them in so many paintings now. By now, you should have become an expert. Yes. Okay, so just keep using that dark coffee color and keep making these pine trees, nice little pine trees. Okay, just continue that for all of the lines that you have drawn. For all of the lines that you have drawn, draw the trees on them like this. Just see, I'm just tapping my brush. Those of you who are new to this, who have not drawn pine trees before, just see, I am tapping my brush and I'm just making some dots on the lines. Okay. Everybody complete all the pine trees, all of the lines that you have drawn, draw the leaves on them so that they resemble trees. Okay, everybody. So now we are almost done with the painting. Okay, everybody finish the pine trees quickly. We are almost done with the paintings. We will just complete the sky. The sky is optional. If you want to paint the sky, you can paint it. If you don't want to, you can just leave it looking like this. It looks fine the way it is right now. Okay, but if you want to experiment and if you think you have the capability and you can go ahead and make the sky also, then well and good, you can paint the sky. It's very easy painting the sky. Just complete the pine trees first, everybody. All right. So for the sky, we will now use the light container, the container that we had used to paint the mountains. That container we will use. That has more of water. Switch back to the previous container, right? For the sky, those of you who want to paint the sky, you can just have a look and you can paint it at your own free time. Okay, it is not necessary to paint the sky because it looks perfect the way it is. But in case you want to paint it, you want to make it look like a real picture, then you can opt to paint the sky. And for painting the sky, which container are we going to use? The one with more water. Yes, the one we had used for painting the mountains. So just have a look, everybody, whoever wishes to paint the sky, just see how we will be painting the skies. Okay, we will switch back to a thick brush. We will be using a thick brush. So see here, I have my light container back again, and I have taken a thick brush. This is the one with more water, okay? Just dip your thick brush into it and start coloring from the top. Same technique like the one we use for mountains. Start from the top, cover half of the area, and then use water. Right? And then use water. Same technique like that of the mountains. Just drag the color downwards. Nicely paint it up. Okay, paint up this portion also. You can paint the sky at your own free time, or you can opt not to paint it also. Like I said, it is completely up to you. If you want to, you can just have a look at the way we are painting. Same technique what we used in the mountains, okay? We will first cover half of the sky, and then the rest of it, we will just add water. So there you go. That concludes your painting. All right. Okay, so what did we learn while painting today's painting? What did we learn? So first we learned the process of mixing of water with coffee, just like we used to do in watercolors. So what did we do? First we painted half of it with the coffee color, and next we added water. So we learned how to fade up the colors using water. Okay, and then again for the land portion, we did a bit of layering. What is layering? First, if you remember, we added the light color, and then on top of it, we added the dark coffee color. So that is adding layers to your painting. That is called layering. All right. So these two important techniques we learned in today's class. Okay. Yes, and I hope everybody who has taken the pains and who has gone through the complete process and has made the painting, you will submit your painting, right? And you have already seen the instructions for submission. If not, don't worry. We will have it again at the end of the class and you can submit your work accordingly. Just remember to submit your work because you've taken so much efforts in learning something new and painting it. So why not submit it, right? Yes. Okay, so in the next class, we will learn something new. We will learn another technique, another new technique, and we will learn something interesting for coffee painting. Okay, we will learn something new and interesting and which is much more difficult at a much more advanced level so that you guys really have fun and you can increase your knowledge about coffee painting more and more. Okay, all right, everyone. Hope to see all of your paintings in the submissions and I hope everybody had fun learning something new in the class. All right. So we will have the submission process instructions again. Anybody who has not paid attention, you can pay attention now and you can get a grasp of the instructions. All right. Okay. Thank you, everyone. See you again next time. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at YOLO. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.